Fatty fish consumption is central to the Mediterranean diet's health benefits. But let's navigate the complexity here because it's not as simple as eat more fish. We're balancing omega-3 optimization against mercury contamination, sustainability concerns, and practical accessibility. The science on omega-3 fatty acids is robust, but the implementation requires more nuance than most people realize. First, let's clarify what we mean by fatty fish and why it matters. We're talking about fish with high concentrations of EPA and DHA, the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids your body uses directly. These are different from ALA, the omega-3 found in flax seeds and walnuts, which requires conversion to EPA and DHA. That conversion is inefficient, maybe 5 to 10% at best. So while plant omega-3s have value, they don't replace fatty fish for most people. The top sources are salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring, anchovies, and to a lesser extent, trout. These fish accumulate omega-3s by eating algae or smaller fish that eat algae. The recommended intake is at least 2 servings weekly, but for therapeutic effects, reducing triglycerides, lowering inflammation, potentially reducing depression. Some research suggests 3 to 4 servings weekly or targeted supplementation. Now, the mercury concern is real, but it's also frequently misunderstood. Mercury accumulates up the food chain, so large, long-lived predatory fish like shark, swordfish, king mackerel, and tilefish have concerning levels. But the omega-3 rich fish we're recommending, salmon, sardines, herring, anchovies, are generally low in mercury. These smaller fish haven't lived long enough to bioaccumulate significant mercury. Wild-caught Alaskan salmon is particularly low risk. The wild versus farm debate is contentious. Wild salmon has slightly better omega-3 ratios and no contaminant concerns from crowded fish farming. However, farm salmon still provides substantial omega-3s and is more affordable and accessible for most people. If you can afford wild-caught, great. If farm salmon is what fits your budget, it's still far better than no fish at all. Sustainability is the other concern. Overfishing has decimated some fish populations. Resources like Seafood Watch from the Monterey Bay Aquarium provide guidance on sustainable choices. Generally, sardines, anchovies, and certain types of farmed fish are more sustainable. Some wild-caught salmon runs are well-managed and sustainable. Preparation methods affect omega-3 retention. Baking, broiling, or gentle poaching preserves omega-3s better than high-heat frying. But honestly, eating fish prepared anyway is better than not eating it because you're worried about optimal cooking methods. For people who genuinely dislike fish, this is where supplements become relevant. Fish oil supplements can provide EPA and DHA, but they're not identical to whole fish. Fish provides protein, selenium, vitamin D, and other nutrients beyond just omega-3s. The synergistic effects matter. That said, high-quality fish oil supplements, molecularly distilled to remove contaminants, can be part of the strategy, especially during weeks when you don't hit your fish intake target. Testing your omega-3 status is possible through the omega-3 index, a blood test measuring EPA and DHA in red blood cell membranes. An optimal level is 8% or higher. Most Americans test around 4 to 5%. Regular fatty fish consumption typically raises your index into the optimal range within a few months. For people who absolutely cannot or will not eat fish, algae-based DHA and EPA supplements exist. These are vegan and provide the same omega-3s without the fish. They're more expensive but eliminate all concerns about mercury or sustainability. The bottom line is this: omega-3s from fatty fish or algae sources represent one of the strongest nutritional interventions for cardiovascular health and inflammation reduction. Find a way to incorporate them consistently.